take your bacon and you're just gonna sort of place it. It doesn't have to be lined up perfectly. Perfection is not what we're aiming for. So you're gonna rip it apart. You do want them to be in individual slices. Now I like to get the really fatty bacon because it helps cook your hash browns. So we're just gonna rip it apart, cook it apart. Now some people say bacon's not good for you, and I disagree. I think bacon is really yummy and it's good for your heart, as long as you don't eat too much, because it makes you happy. And part of eating is the joy of eating. In here, and here. Great, that's perfect. Take your eggs. There you go. Some even slices. And some people are gonna say, a whole stick of butter. Nope, just a couple plops, because the bacon will act as natural grease. Great, perfect, just like that. We take spinach. Perfect. So you're just gonna wanna put a little bit of spinach in there to add some, these are green onions. You're gonna chop off, it's a baby tooth. You're gonna chop off the end and you're just gonna put the onions in like this. Now, you can chop green onions. I always have a problem chopping them because I can't get a clean cut, so they always end up stuck together anyways. Okay, this is what we're looking for. Great. Take your favorite one otherwise. Oh, that's a baby one. Chop off the end. And you just chop it up. You can also buy scissors that just cut the herbs for you. Or is this not a herb? And people are gonna say, syrup on eggs. Yep. Tastes better that way. Take your favorite sausages. There. Okay, so that's not how we're gonna leave them. We're gonna place them. Oop, little hair. Get that out of there. There, there. And I think that sausage tastes so good with maple syrup. Okay, so we're all in there. You're gonna take your favorite kind of cheese. Mine is mild cheddar. I buy the big pack, because I have a big family of one. I dropped the cheese. Okay. All right, just a little cheese. Great. Just a little cheese. Make my remaining bacon. So take your remaining bacon, and you're just gonna make sure that it pulls apart. And this one, you are gonna try to lay it kind of gingerly. You're gonna try to make it look pretty, because this is what all your guests will see when you take it out of the oven. Here we go. I'll swing around, that's just fine. Now, we do one more piece, and it's done. And I like to do a little cross hatching. So I'm gonna take my bacon, lay it here, go under, over, so look like, there it is. And we're gonna do under. Now we wanna make sure we wash our hands and sanitize our counters afterwards, because apparently pork can have some sort of something in it. Is it E. coli? I don't know. But always be sanitizing. Always be ABS. Always be sanitizing. That's funny. Okay, so tuck the little edges in. Great. So when this comes out of the oven, you're gonna end up with like this beautiful cross-hatched bacon. And you're gonna say, well, I'm glad I listened to that girl in her kitchen, because this is yummy. And you will be right to think that. Okay, here we go. On top, under. Great. Now for my final step, we need to add a little salt. Never have too much salt. And then my secret surprise. Maple syrup on bacon is probably one of the best things on this earth. If you're only gonna cook a pan of bacon, I like to lay it in strips for the oven, put maple syrup, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, and you're gonna have the best bacon of your life. Right, it's done. You're gonna put it in the oven.
You didn't turn the oven on, did you?
Cook it for 30 minutes. What you're really looking for is your bacon on top to get sort of a crispy layer, but sometimes, you know, all that bacon fat, which is gonna soak up into your hash browns and your eggs, it's just gonna prevent it from getting super crispy. So we're gonna cut into it. Remember, there's hash browns and eggs and cheese and maple syrup and sausage, and you can tell how far it's cooked by the eggs here. So let's take a slice of it. Ooh, this is gonna be really good. And if you want, you can take a spoon and drain all this fat off if you're like, oh no, that's too much fat for me. Okay, we're cutting it. Oh. This is my favorite thing to bring to bridal showers, birthday parties, family get-togethers. This is a crowd favorite. Look at that. All on a slice. Just how I like my eggs. Now let's crack this yolk. Yum. That's delicious.